So let's see if we can figure out how to solve this interesting math problem. Now, at first glance, this is going to seem quite difficult to a lot of you out there, but this is not that hard, so don't give up too quickly. And the situation is we have a square inscribed in a circle, and we want to find the area of this square right here. And the only information that we have is that the radius of this circle is 5. All right, so this is the question, and feel free to use a calculator. And by the way, this is a multiple choice question, and let's take a look at our answers. So A is 19.5, B is 36, C is 50, and D is 74.3. But let's go ahead and get started now. So first of all, we need to understand what the radius of a circle is, right? So if we don't know what the radius of a circle is, well, we're not going to be able to understand the problem. So I'll explain this in a second. Now, we are talking about the area. We want the area of this square. So we're going to need to understand the formula for the area of a square, right? And now we have a circle. So let me ask you, do you think we need to know the formula for the area of a circle, right? We definitely need to know the formula for the area of a square. But what do you think about the area of a circle? Are we going to need that as well to solve this problem? So really what we need is a strategy, right? So you're thinking to yourself, well, how can we find the area of this square? Right? Well, there's a couple different ways we can kind of go about doing this, but the simplest way is to know the formula. But once we understand the formula for the area of a square, we're going to need to get the information, right? But we have a lot of things here to discuss. And the first is, what is the radius of a circle? Now, again, this is a multiple choice question. And if you encountered this on a test or a quiz, and as long as you're not getting penalized, right, always take a guess, even if it's like it's a random guess, right? Be like, I don't know, I'm feeling pretty lucky with 36 today. Unfortunately, it's wrong, but at least you didn't leave the question blank. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this right now. And let's talk about what the radius of a circle is. All right, so the radius of a circle is the distance from the center of the circle out to the edge, right? So here we're seeing the radius, and of course we have our lovely square right here. So the radius is 5, and there's another word that you need to know when it comes to circles, and that's if we have two radiuses like this forming one line, this entire width of the circle is called the diameter, right? So the radius emanates from the center out to the edge, and it goes in all directions, right? So this is the radius, that's the radius, this is the radius, and this is the radius, etc., etc. So it's the same number. All right, now I kind of given you a little bit of a hint for those of you that might still not kind of see how to figure out the information that we need about this square, right? So you're like, hey, Mr. YouTube Math Man, I know what the radius is, but again, this particular problem has my hair standing straight up. How do we find the information? Well, we're going to talk about that right now. And when you see how we're going to get the information about this square, you're going to be like, wow, that wasn't that difficult. All right, so again, here is our scenario. And we need to figure out something about this square. Now, the best thing is the actual lengths of the side. Now, this is a square, right? So that's the first thing that we need to understand is a square has equal sides. A square also has right angles like so. Now, there's another thing about squares that are really, really important is that the diagonals of these squares right here intersect at the center. Okay, so the diagonals of this square is also the center of this circle. Okay, so hopefully this was something that you kind of can visually assume, but that is the case. All right, so we have a square. The diagonals of this square also go through the center, which of course is the starting point of the radius. Okay, so again, the radius is 5. So how can we get some information about this square? Well, I'm going to show you right now. All right, so here is our two formulas about the area of a square, which is side square, and the area of a circle is pi r squared. Now, I'm just kind of showing you these formulas, but really what I need to show you is this. Okay, so here is our square inscribed in this circle. Now, when you think of the radius, a lot of you probably were thinking in terms of this, or maybe you had your radius going this way, but also okay, we can kind of form the radius from the center along the diagonal of the square, okay? And if you kind of visualize it this way, this right here is the radius, that's half of the diagonal, meaning that from here to here is the whole width. This is the diameter, right? So it's two radius. So if this is 5, okay, because the radius is 5, and this is 5, well, we have a right triangle right here because this is a square, and a square has, by definition, a 90-degree angle. So really what we have is a lovely right triangle with the hypotenuse, this right here, being 10. So very, very interesting. So if we can figure out, let me kind of erase this here for a second. Effectively what we have right in here is a right triangle, right? It's a pretty poor right triangle, but the hypotenuse, the distance along this diagonal is 10. Now we don't know the sides of this right triangle, but if we do find the sides, we can easily calculate the area of the square because the area of the square is side squared, right? In other words, or whatever the sides are, they're the same measurement of a square. Just square it, and we have the area of the square. So effectively, this is the information that we have. So how can we figure this out? All right, so here's what we really have. Okay, so the radius again, it starts right here from the center of the square. So the center of the circle and the center of the square are the same position. That's kind of more or less it right there. So here's 5, here's 5. That's the radius. So what we need to do is find the area of this square. All right, so what's the area of this square? Well, the area is equal to side squared. And we don't know the side, so let's just call it x. All right, so that means that the area of this particular circle, or this particular square, is x squared. All right, well, how's this going to help us out? Well, we do know, again, that the diagonal is 10, and this is a right triangle. Okay, so this triangle right here is the same thing as this triangle right here. So do we have enough information? Actually, let me kind of draw it this way to figure out the side, okay, with the right triangle, this being x, it's the same thing, and this being 10. Well, indeed we do. All right, this is not going to be that difficult, especially if you understand the Pythagorean theorem. Are you struggling in math because of confusing lessons? Maybe the teacher's not showing you all the steps you need, or things are happening too fast. Well, there is a better way. So come on over to my math help program at tcmathacademy.com. There you'll find clear step-by-step instruction by me that will definitely make a huge difference in your math success. So make sure to check out all my courses by following the links in the description. So now that we know kind of the situation, here is our inscribed square, and this is the center of that circle, and we have our radius 5, so our entire hypotenuse is 10, and this is a right triangle. What we can do is use the Pythagorean theorem. All right, so that's a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this is one of the most important formulas in all of mathematics. Really, I'm not really kind of exaggerating as well. But anytime you see a right triangle, that's a very poor right triangle. Anytime you see a triangle and you have a 90-degree angle as one of the angles in that triangle, you need to immediately think of this right here, which again is the Pythagorean theorem. Now, what is the Pythagorean theorem? Well, this basically equates the sides of a right triangle. All right, so the two smaller sides are going to be A and B. The longest side, which is the hypotenuse, is always C. Okay, so C is always the longest side, the hypotenuse, and that's opposite of the 90-degree right angle. Okay, so well, visually too, you can kind of see it's pretty obvious what the hypotenuse is. A and B can be the other two sides. Now, in this particular case, okay, because our sides are x and x, it's like A and A. These are the same distance, but if we had different lengths for our right triangle, then one would be A and one would be B. But basically, the Pythagorean theorem states is that if you square the sides, the smaller sides, and add them together, it's going to be equal to the square of the hypotenuse. All right, so let's use this Pythagorean theorem to figure out the side of this square here. Once we have the side, then we can calculate the area, right? Okay, so remember that the area of this square is what? It's x times x, right? So x is the side, so we can figure out what x squared is. Well, that is indeed is the actual area of the square, which is answering the question. All right, so let's go ahead and get into this right now. So our sides are x and x, so this is going to be x squared for A and x squared for B, and that's going to be equal to our hypotenuse, which is 10 squared. All right, so x squared plus x squared is equal to 10 squared. 10 squared is 10 times 10, or 100. And here I have x squared plus another x squared. I have 2x squared, right? So 2x squared. So now I'm on my way to solve for x. This is a quadratic equation because I have an x squared, but I don't need to actually do the entire problem because when I divide both sides of the equation by 2, I get x squared is equal to 50. And here I can stop because I'm like, oh, wait a minute. I'm looking for x squared because x times x is the area. So x squared indeed is the area. So the area of this square is 50 units squared. All right. So again, hopefully, probably, most of you, this is like really kind of all written up here. But the most challenging part of this problem, in my opinion, is really kind of seeing that the radius here, let me kind of erase all this right here, just so we can kind of see a little bit better, that the radius, when you look at our circle, here is our square, and you think about the radius, you're like, oh, it's out to here, but it's also along the diagonal as well. So that's really the key to unlock this problem. So that was like the first thing you needed to know, and then obviously understand that we are dealing with a right triangle, which means that you need to know a thing or two about the Pythagorean theorem. All right, so hopefully you enjoyed this little problem. I mean, I think, math problems like this are kind of like solving puzzles or riddles and things like that. And if you enjoy solving word problems or interesting math problems, I literally have a ton of them on my YouTube channel. And I'm posting word problems or challenge problems all the time, just because it's a good way to keep math, kind of interesting, right? You just don't want to do, algebra problems or arithmetic all day. You want to apply them to solve interesting problems. And hopefully you found this problem pretty interesting and you learned something. And if that's the case, don't forget to like and subscribe. And with that being said, I definitely wish you all the best in your math adventures. Thank you for your time and have a great day.